The next tab over is our Numerics tab. And in our Numerics tab, we have 5 buttons to the left side. Unlike the Aspect tab, which is dependent on the type of object selected, this will in most cases not change. So I'm going to select my papyrus plant again. It's the plant we started with. And on the left side we have 5 of these buttons. The first one is position. These values are relative to the world coordinate system, which is the center point of the orthogonal 3D views when the scene was created. So as we move these things around, as we change the values of this x, y, and z, it's going to position things according to the world coordinate system, which means somewhere in space is 0, 0, 0, and it's where it's going to position this in relative to that origin point. The next button down is orientation. Rotational angles relate to the object coordinate system for pitch and roll. Yaw uses the world coordinate system. The next button down is the size, which essentially changes the scale of the object. Values for size relate to the object coordinate system. The next button down is twist. Twist will twist one axis of the object towards another axis. It should be noted here, undoing may not restore the object back to its original form, so you're going to want to save often. The next button down is pivot position. The pivot point is the point around which the object will be rotated or scaled, as an object's coordinate system is based off the location of its pivot point. So it's going to rotate in respect to where that pivot point is located at. Then over here in this middle area, I'm going to click the size button again. You notice that there are several buttons that will appear next to the X, Y, and Z value to these input fields. And if you roll your mouse over each one, it tells you what it does. So this one says resize around opposite corner. The top one is display true object dimensions on or off. And then this middle one will lock the proportions. When you change one, it should change the others proportionately when it does size. And then pivot also has its own set of buttons, so you can roll your mouse over this too. And one way to learn how this actually works is just to simply experiment. Just create an object and then just start twisting it, rotating it, resizing it to figure out what all of these buttons do. And then this thing up here is the visual description. This is basically a diagram visually explaining what each sub-tab will change. So roll my mouse over it. Some of these have like little pop-ups, and some of them allows you to do it interactively this way as well. I'm just going to click undo.